Good morning, fellas. Welcome to the Boardcast. We were having a fantastic day.
It's the latest morning.
I was really proud of you, Kang. You got the you do all of the work here basically at the Boardcast, and you managed to get it out on Friday. And I got to listen to the Boardcast on Friday last week.
Do you know why I laugh? Because it's the House of Horrors.
House of Horrors. It is. We're leading into Halloween. The Magic set that's coming out has like a Halloween themed like kind of party along with it.
It's called Duskmourn.
Down at Burger Boy. If we the winner the people who decorate their stall or like shop the most wins 1 week of rent free. So I'm planning to just cover all of our Northern Boards Halloween stuff from up here down at Burger Boy. So
that's not too bad.
Save myself.
We have all the
$500.
decorations that we used to put up a few years back.
Yeah,
One
was
rent
here for an entire
for
year.
a week or a
Yeah,
month?
for a week.
Oh, a week. Okay.
Yeah. So it's $500, but
yeah,
I'll take that.
Still good money. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll make Nem dress up as some sort of thing for the day.
ooh, he won't like
Vampire
that,
Nem.
but you should.
Yeah.
Count.
What do you
Nem.
think? What do you think Nem would like
Vampire.
the least to dress up as?
Lease.
Yeah. What would he hate the most?
Like Casper the Ghost or something. Something silly, right?
As a Croatian.
I don't know.
I think if you wanted to convince him into a costume, you can be like, hey, do Michael Jackson Thriller.
I feel like if we gave him the objective of a costume, he'd put in a lot of effort.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He seems like a guy who'd go to a costume.
But he's also,
party.
he'll say he'll do it. And then whether
He say
delivers-
you'll do it?
He says he'll do a lot of things. Not this specifically. I haven't broached this to him yet.
All right.
But he did talk about decorating because he too, as a businessman, wants to save a week's worth of rent because who wouldn't want that?
If you were to dress up, what would you come as?
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's say like you had like an infinite budget costume. That's not Halloween. Space Marine is not Halloween, William.
If it's covered in gore, Tyranid gore.
Ooh, maybe. Scary enough.
Coming as a home
If I had all infinite money, it'd be Gandalf. Because then I don't.
That's not Halloween, like what he said, right?
Yeah, but then if I've got infinite money,
Yeah,
then
you
I've
got to go trick or treating here.
So, but like, but you don't have to.
I thought
Halloween
Halloween is like
you can dress up as
just
anything.
like
Daddy
cosplay.
wants to just have a wizard hat, a big stick.
Isn't
Yeah.
Halloween cosplay?
Yeah, it is really.
Yeah, but candy, man.
Yeah, and spooky season for some reason.
I've dressed Lucas up as Gandalf. My mum made Lucas an entire Gandalf costume, and then one year he dressed up as Luke Skywalker. He wore that Yoda on his back, so it was Luke Skywalker and he was training on Dagobah,
Yeah.
and it was actually really cool. Like mum put like face paint on him and stuff like that, and he did all his trick or treating, and that is actually that Yoda that's hanging up directly behind me to the listeners. There's a Yoda hanging up on the roof, and he's actually a backpack, so Lucas could put his candy in there.
That's a great little setup.
Oh,
Yeah,
not bad. And as the day goes by, Yoda gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
Or the candy he's digesting.
Yeah.
It was funny, like when I was younger, because I had Lucas quite young, right? I hated Halloween because like the thought of going up to someone's house and asking for free stuff is like a nightmare for me. But like it's actually very fond memories of like Lucas and I doing that together.
I don't know. Like Halloween seems like dying down. Did you think?
Not in my neighborhood, it doesn't. Dude,
Really?
One year we didn't.
My neighborhood like went down like a little bit.
One year we didn't have candy for trick or treaters. We got egged. So
Really?
the next year I put candy out for the trick or treaters, and we still got egged.
You just became the egging house.
I was like, what happened?
Maybe you've been pissing people off and they just used the Halloween as an excuse to egg you.
I don't know. Next time I want to wait for those little shits.
Eggs too expensive now, right?
I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, but
Who on earth will carry eggs while going trick or treating?
kids pranks.
Yeah, the kids, you know, like on Halloween and the day before, because when I worked at Woolworths when I was like 16, 17, we wouldn't actively sell eggs to anybody who wasn't clearly an adult. So you would like stop them at the checkout. You wouldn't let them take them, like, or buy them.
Because obviously.
And kids would be like, "Oh, my mum sent me here to get eggs," but there'd be like 3 kids in hoodies. You're like, "No, they didn't."
Yeah, sure, buddy. At 8 p.m. at night.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So we got MTG Duskmourn coming out, the brand new set. Think of it as a slasher horror style set. I'm actually quite a big fan.
This is one of the like MTG really went into the horror, like went all out. 100%.
Normally the game has to be quite PG, but a lot of the pictures of art
110%.
are like still PG, but they skirt the edges of like you can tell it's meant to be gruesome.
What they did with Bloomburrow, they went so G that they've given themselves a bit of leeway in this
180.
PG to M. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
imagine,
they've earned some brownie points with the parents, and now they can do something a bit more.
It is
edgy.
going to be quite amusing where you have a lot of brand new people coming into Magic from Bloomburrow, with all the cute animal critters and the fun
then, like,
vibes. And how they're like, oh, why is there like chainsaws and monsters?
Shit. Did you tell people tonight that we're going to be open late on Sunday? We should have done that. We should announce that.
Yeah, we'll announce it on the podcast.
That was silly. Yeah, but it's going to come out on like Saturday or Sunday,
Do
right?
you announce
Friday.
announce to the players that we have a podcast?
No,
And how would they know we have a podcast?
listen, I have hopes and dreams. here.
Hopes and dreams.
I was here as well, so I should have remembered because we talked about this last week about announcing it to the during the events.
Should get a bell. Just get a bell. Ding 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 ding.
I don't know. It's a bit awkward
board's
being
bell.
the podcast guy who goes around telling people to listen to their podcast.
Nah, but we need to self promote. We need to get better at that.
You
I
gotta
had a friend
sell,
of mine
bro.
who was like, "I started a podcast. You should listen to it."
Yeah, it's
Every time-
embarrassing. but
Hot
it's like-
selling, bro. It's
Yeah.
all about sales. You're in a retail. It's all about
Yeah,
selling.
but people are already.
You're
in the
proud
door.
of this setup, right? I'm quite proud of this.
I've like sold the podcast to a lot of people.
Oh, look at that.
Put it in like random groups and stuff.
Yeah,
You guys be the promoters. I'll do the editing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also, you got
Like
to tell
one
people.
big
But you're
family.
here though.
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Well, we actually both were here.
Okay. Well, I'll well, Kang's working. so I'll blame Kang.
We're all 1/3
right.
to blame.
So today, I think we're doing something special with Duskmourn.
Yeah, we're going to do like a bit of what I'd like to call my version of a preview of the Duskmourn set. I didn't want to go through and just pick our top 3 cards and talk about it. It's boring. And like I definitely don't want to ever get to a state because we've got a lot of not Magic players. So I wanted to make a bit of a game out of it, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
instead of just doing a stat preview where we just read through every card's abilities and like, is it good or is it not good? Like, it's lame. So we're going to do what's called a snake draft. So the way a snake draft works is I've got a randomizer here on the thing. It's got our 3 names on it. So there's Danny, Big Willy Boy, and then Kang. So the 3 regular members of the broadcast. We're going to randomize that. I'll press the randomizer 3 times. So it's fair. And then whoever gets first on the list is the first person of the snake. So they're the head of the snake, right? So they get the first pick. And then it will go around the table. So let's say I got picked first on the randomizer. It'll go then Kang and then William. But then William's the snake of the tail of the snake. So you get a double pick and then it goes back to Kang and then me. And then I get a double pick and it goes back around. And the idea is that like the person at the start gets an advantage for the first pick and then the person at the end gets the advantage because they get a double pick. But then the person in the middle obviously has like they're closest to getting repicks each time.
It's like reminds me a lot of in high school sports.
Yeah.
When you have the school captains.
Ooh,
being
a little
I
bit
pick
like
you
that.
for my team. I pick you for my team.
Well, where this normally happens is like in a sporting situation. So like, let's say we did like a snake draft for like baseball players and then you'd pick your like dream team of baseball players. And at the end of the season, the player who...
What's it called? Like a tipping.
Yeah. Or like a fantasy football kind of
Yeah,
thing.
fantasy football.
That kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea is that normally like in a sporting situation, the amount of goals that or like, home runs or whatever your player would get, depending on what sport it is, obviously, then that player's team would rack up points and that's the winner. With this, what we're going to do is we've got to decide, we'll work out whether it's the pricing or it's the amount in the decks. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
But either way, it's irrelevant, right? So the person who, at the end of it, we'll each have 7 cards each. Oh, I'll call I came up with a name. Are you ready?
What?
Opening hand.
Ooh.
It's 7 cards, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's like the opening.
Well done, well
it's
done.
The opening hand of the set because the set comes out on Friday, which is tomorrow.
No, that's pre-release.
That's pre-release. Well,
Correct.
it's the same thing now, though, right?
No.
Well, you can sell all the product on pre-release.
Yes, correct.
So the set's out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does anything different come out the following
Well,
Friday?
Can't
no,
use it.
No.
You can't use it.
Yeah,
In
kind-
tournaments,
yeah.
technically no, but it feels real
Events and
silly.
stuff.
Effectively, what a pre-release is your local game stores, brick and mortars, get to sell their product 1 week earlier than big W and Kmart's.
I wonder who's running the events in that week in between where you can't use the cards.
No one's running.
So to me, the set's out. So we're gonna stick with that. All right.
Yeah, full steam ahead here on all the boards.
Yeah. So at the end of the like this little pick thing, you're gonna have each one of us is gonna have 7 cards, and then a month from now we'll come back, and the person whose 7 cards are worth the most amount of money or in the most amount of decks. Maybe we'll just look at both stats. Maybe we'll have a
Well, I like the idea that
combination.
we're going in now without knowing exactly what it is, so we can't tailor our picks.
Exactly. Like we can use our previous experience in playing the game to kind of decide what's going to be good, what's
And
not.
regardless, a more popular card is probably going to end up being more expensive anyway.
Yeah, it's always the case. But it's like there's also like shakers and movers, and like if you go through the commons, sometimes like a common will end up as $9, and that can
absolutely.
really like give you the points you need when you're when you're at the end there. All right, so everyone's got the concept of the game.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna hit the randomizer 3 times.
3 times.
So we hit again.
1, 2,
So this is 2.
3.
This is 3.
No, cheater.
I'm in number 1.
Yeah, Kang's number 1.
No, it's 3.
too shabby.
After 3, you need to click again.
That was 3 clicks.
Yeah, 3 clicks, then 1 again.
What?
Yeah, the 4th click. you say 3 clicks, then it will pick the next
William's
one.
gaslighting you.
Yeah.
This is
Am I getting scammed? What's going on?
Yeah, you say 3 clicks.
I clicked it 3 times.
So the 3
How are we off
clicks.
the rails so
Wait,
quickly?
hold on.
it's because William is in the middle pick, which is the worst pick.
Yeah.
No, I said you say 3 clicks, and then you'll pick the next one.
Why would I say that? Doesn't make any sense.
Put in the comment section if you understood what Danny meant. Is it,
I know what we said.
Is it 3 clicks or 4 clicks?
Fine.
All right. Most importantly, that leaves. So we're just going to be doing the cards from the very base set. So no special treatments, nothing like that, because clearly, like,
I have. Let's put the fun cards in as well.
No.
They're all involved.
No.
but they're just ones going to be clearly way more money.
No,
You just put textures for
some
them.
of them are reprints, so it's gonna be worth less money.
I'm okay with it. I'm just talking about, like, we're obviously not going to pick like the Japanese like tilted-foil, the ones because they're just going to
You
be
can't even
$500.
pick like the artist special though. They're like
My
bottleless.
first
though.
pick is anime card 1. Second pick is anime card 2.
That's what I'm trying to avoid,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Then my picks
Only
are fine.
base Duskmourn with the code DSK. You have to have the code DSK base rarity.
Oh,
You got to start with a D.
I picked cool cards from
No.
Commander.
No.
Come on, bro.
No.
Well,
Kang, no.
I think there's serious price contenders in
No.
the Commander decks.
No, Kang. DSK.
Are they new
DSK.
cards or reprints?
reprints?
New cards.
No.
Oh, well, technically,
Which one?
the
Which,
Commander cards get reprinted in collector boosters. The new Commander cards. They count.
DSK.
Sure. I'll give you the card, but you get the base version of that card.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Pick
deal.
number 1.
Pick number 1.
Go to CK right now. Go to CK.
I have it here. I just can't. It's easy if I operate it on my screen in front of me
Okay.
rather than up there.
So are we going to name all the cards, put them in a list, and then we pick?
Well,
Or
you've got to pick your card. What's your first pick?
Okay. My first pick of card that I think is quite nifty and I like a lot right at the moment is a card called Metamorphosis Fanatic. Metamorphosis Fanatic. He's a 4 mana and a 2 black for a 4/4 human cleric with lifelink. Body's not very good, very boring. But he has, when he enters the battlefield, you return 1 creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink counter. For 5 mana on a 4/4 body, the rate's not amazing, but he has Miracle. And if you don't know what Miracle does in Magic, if this is your card, the card you drew for your turn, you
The
can
first
play
card.
it. Yeah, the first card you draw for the turn, you can cast it for an alternative cost. And this alternative cost is 1 and a black, so 2 mana.
Yeah.
So if you have a Miracle this
and
guy,
black's good for like top deck manipulation as well,
correct.
right?
You know, black pairs very well with, say, blue mana, and blue mana always does this kind of top deck manipulation. So it becomes 2 mana for a 4/4 lifelink body that also then brings something back out of the graveyard with a lifelink on it.
Yeah,
So
no
you're getting
shit.
2 bodies for 2 mana, potential high rate. I think in Commander, you can see a lot of fun shenanigans with it because it's, you know, really easy to set up. In the format I like playing, 7-point harder, also potential shenanigans. Magic, because it doesn't limit what creature comes out. I can bring back an Emrakul with
Like a
lifelink.
shoulder or something.
Can't
Yeah.
put back I'm not cool.
Because of his shoulder in your
okay,
library.
Because it's
correct.
shuffled back.
Well, I could bring back, you know, like Danny says, a shoulder it out of the graveyard.
I'm not a big fan of the art, but it is very, very cool card.
Okay.
Plus, Miracle cards
How
have
much
that
is
cool
it?
border. It's currently. I'll go through them after.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should
Check
put it
them
out now. Like put it into the list, right?
No, because I'm using Scryfall and it doesn't have a price directly.
So you go
basically-
CK.
This is a card I quite enjoy, but I don't know about at the moment because it is a Commander card. The
Right.
availability for it is quite high, so we'll see how the price moves.
All right, I'll load up CK see if I can find it there because they're still not brand new cards. Not everything's going to be there.
This card is one of the weird ones from Duskmourn because
It's already full release on CK right now.
Ooh, currently sitting at $27. It's
not bad, not bad.
So it's not a bad first pick.
Yeah. It's one of the interesting design pieces for Duskmourn because Duskmourn's supposed to be more of a slasher horror flick style set, but they've also combined like demons, traditional horror themes, and also
It's a little like Stranger Things to like
and
80s
a lot
movies,
of also
right?
folklore horror as well. You get some of
cool.
the new enchantment creatures are very body horror, Japanese folklore style.
I saw one that
monsters.
looked like a hedge trimmer, which was kind of fun.
Yeah. And alongside that, you have an artifact like Chainsaw,
Yeah.
which is very like modern day horror. So interesting set.
All right, Willie boy, you've got pick number 2.
Meathood Massacre too.
I thought that's what you're going to go
William
for.
went straight for the obvious pick, man.
Well, I'm second place. What choice do I have?
It's true. I guess you got to like secure the bag, right?
Yeah.
All right, describe what Meat Hook Massacre does. For
At
us.
$23. All right, Meathood Massacre is pretty shit.
It's an enchantment.
It's an enchantment. It's the second Meathood Massacre. It's 4 black, 2 XX. And then whenever Meathook Massacre 2 enters, each player sacrifices X creatures. Whenever a creature you control dies, you may pay 3 life. If you do, return a creature under your control with a finality counter on it. So finality is pretty much when it dies, you exile it.
Yeah,
We
finality.
haven't seen that since the Theros block, right? Where the
Similar
finality
mechanics
coins?
exist in the past.
Correct.
So like
whenever
persist is the same idea.
a creature an opponent controls dies, they may pay 3 life. If they don't, return that card under your control with a finality counter on it. So pretty much it's like Tegrit combo.
Important to note about Meathook Massacre, it is Meathook Massacre 2, the sequel. So it's the first time in Magic we've had a card getting a direct sequel. Very cheesy of those movies getting sequels. So it's the Meathook Massacre 2. Second Meathook
Because this
Massacre.
is a movie, right? Duskmourn House of Horrors is like based on like a television show. Because one of the bundle, the bundle that's coming out in October, it's the box is actually a TV,
like an old
television,
like the ring. It looks
the
like the ring
CRT,
thing, right?
the CRT TV.
Very Stranger Things, as Danny mentioned.
Yeah, very nice.
So how many Meathook Maxes do you think we get? You reckon we're going to get number 5? Like how far down?
Can you imagine the Meathook Massacre like tribal deck? It just gets too complicated.
I think it should stop now.
But it's called
Stop now.
Duskmourn,
Yeah, it should stop now.
House of Horror. So it's like a haunted house thing.
Are they going to make a House of Horror 2?
Yeah. What is it more like? This is how they combat having to come up with new cards all the time. They're like, just call it number 3, bro. Well, I've got that double pick, right? Now I'm on double strong pick. So clearly, first up, we're gonna go with my boy, my man, my Night Terror, big old Valgavoth.
Big demon, scary thing.
It's a big flying demon. Most importantly, Johnny Coins, friend of the family, and current winner of the supporter
Trophy. Many weeks running.
Yeah. With like that system where, he paid us one time for advertising and we just keep going until someone else pays us for advertising, which is a, hint to anybody out there who wants to have your business be advertised week after week to literally thousands, if not millions of people. But anyway, thank you to Johnny Coins. He's a big fan of the Valgavoth guy, Terror Eater.
Valgavoth, yeah.
He's a giant flying 9/9 demon with flying and lifelink. He's got
What's his mana cost again?
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
No, I think 9's a theme.
Crazy.
I think 9's a theme. He's like, if your card you don't control we put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you exile instead. Which is a thing. I still feel like this is creeping up more and more. There was a squirrel in Duskmourn that did it. There was Collidus from quite a few years ago now that also did it. It's definitely like puts a bit of a spanner in the works to like the Reanimator. But I find as well as like black's the Reanimator color, and then there's demons in the Reanimator colors. So are you kind of shitting on your own strategy a little
I
bit?
don't know. Big Back wants to be the big dog on the table. He can't let other black players also screw up his strategy.
True.
This set is exciting because we're finally getting a lot more demon support, and demon's always been one of those tribes which is so close to being great in Commander, especially in a while back we had
you can use
Be'lakor.
a Shadowborn Apostle to bring this up.
Oh, you could, yes, definitely. So
I forgot about that
So
deck.
I've wanted to brew up a Be'lakor deck for Commander in a while.
Nice.
Be'lakor is a 40k Commander card that came out. He's the
sir.
big demon baddie of Warhammer lore. He's demon tribal based.
I play Be'lakor in my Sauron deck.
Very nice. But now we get so much more Be'lakor support. There's really good demon support now.
True, yeah. Because his ability is like whenever a demon enters, you deal damage and draw cards, right? So
And when he enters the battlefield, you take damage and draw cards equal to the number of demons you control.
yeah.
And he himself is this silly 9/7 flying idiot. He's great.
So
Yeah.
what's your second pick?
I'm going to go with my man, my boy, my cockroachy boy, Overlord of the Hauntwoods.
Oh,
He's cool. It's I'm a big fan of the enchantment colors, and I think this guy will do well because he's in the green, right?
yes.
So I feel like anything normally, if you're adding an additional tag like an enchantment onto a creature, it just means your creature can be generally killed a little bit easier because it's got a couple. You know what I mean? It's getting picked up in enchantment board wipes as well as creature board wipes. It makes it just a little bit easier to remove him from the field, but. He's got that, it's just, I don't know, it's strong, man. It's 5 mana, it comes in as a 6/5. It says whenever Overlord of the Hauntwoods enters the or attacks, create a tapped colorless land token. So he's making lands. Which is fucking cool.
What's the
We can do
and he has
landfall.
impending, right?
Yeah, what does impending do?
So impending is a new mechanic where
It's like suspend.
kind of, yeah. So you pay that cost, which is how much was the cost for the
3.
So you pay 3 mana total, and you immediately get the effect of what he is, which is you get the land token,
Oh.
and then he has counters on him until he actually comes in as a creature.
Oh, I like that. It's like the suspense from the movie.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I
you
mean?
either cast it as an enchantment first for 4 turns, and then it becomes a creature, or you can cast it for 5. It's a creature.
But it's
enchantment.
very good rate because you immediately get the benefit, and then later on you get the creature, which is a quite substantial creature.
So just like suspend, it comes in at the end of that.
Correct.
Does it have haste like suspend
I'm not
does?
quite sure 100%. I think it's because it's been sitting as an enchantment. I actually think it counts on.
No. It's like I think like what's his name?
Does it exile come back?
So it actually comes at
Yeah.
so the counter removes at the end in your end step. So the next time
you'll have it.
Yeah, next
So
time.
they already fixed it. Yeah.
But that cycle of they have 5 impending creatures for each color. I actually think each of those impending creatures are quite decent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
the art on this one specifically is actually very cool.
Ooh,
like
yeah.
we're not doing the like the alternate art cards and stuff like that in this game, but the alternate art card of the Overlord of the Hauntwoods is very cool. One of my favorites actually. So
It's very
pretty keen to
Japanese
get that.
folklore, almost
I
like
like the
stripped
red
away.
one.
You have the red one?
I like the red one.
Is the red one going to be your next pick?
Oh no, unfortunately no. I'm gonna pick what I'm gonna play in the 7-point Highlander.
Ooh.
This is my pick.
Which
I
we
have
are
a lot of exciting cards.
while we're talking about that, every Wednesday, guys, come down and play. This Wednesday coming up, we've got enough people coming each week now. We're going to put a little event on, so it'll be $10, and $15. $15 is our regular event price. All of it will be returned to store as store credit to the players in the top 3. So
I'm
top
quite
3.
excited because
gonna
for
come and
3
play then.
nights in a
Yeah,
row,
should
we
come.
had people come through for 7 point. On Tuesday,
Okay.
Yeah, we're Tuesday and Wednesday.
yeah,
this
Tuesdays
week.
I threw out
I
the
spent
chat.
so much money on my deck
Come down and play.
Come down and play.
because I actually
Why do you hate it so much, William?
I didn't hate it
Why didn't you come down and play then? Yeah,
because
2
I was
nights.
busy last
course.
week.
Yeah, I also spend the entire time like doing paperwork.
Yeah.
No,
watching people
but
play
I
Highlander without me.
bought a foil Mox Diamond for my.
Whoa.
Well, we're trying to get
Nice.
Patreon subs. Stop telling people you buy expensive shit. I'm not as rich as William. I
And then
need
I
your
bought-
I need your $4.50
Yeah,
a
I
week.
sold my Mox Diamond to have money.
And then I bought a workshop.
Oh my god! Shut up, William. But yeah, I put in the chat. Hey, who wants to come down Tuesday night for a bit of 7-point Highlander? Played a bunch of 7-point Highlander on a Tuesday night. Wednesday night we did it again.
Yeah.
And Thursday night tonight we had people playing again.
It's, like the general pickup of stuff happening in the club has been
Awesome.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'll bring my artifact deck.
But yes, this is
Those
actually
I bought
quite
artifacts.
exciting for the 7-point movement. I'll probably talk about it later, but there's several cards that caught my eye specifically
Yeah,
for
same.
competitive matches.
Are
All
they
right.
going to make it into your
This-
list, you reckon?
This card that I'm gonna pick next is gonna be into
Whoa,
my
whoa, whoa,
Boros.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Wait,
Look
wait,
at the
what?
list, William.
What? It's me.
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, it goes back to him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
never mind.
that's
Whoa,
the point.
whoa, whoa,
The-
whoa.
It's not a circuit.
Yeah, it snakes because it goes snake to tail, snake
All
to tail.
Go ahead, William.
You sucked, Kang.
All right,
I got the pick. Right. So I'm picking this card. It's gonna be into my Boros deck. It's called Screaming Nemesis. So Screaming Nemesis is a 1 red 2 colorless haste 3/3 creature. Whenever Screaming Nemesis is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game.
Rest of the game.
Rest of the game.
Wow, that's substantial.
So if you bolt it, now I deal 3 damage back to you.
It's kind of like a brash taunter, like a non-indestructible brash taunter, but a
correct. So
brash
if
nonetheless.
you attack into it or if you block it,
Yeah.
and I can deal damage back to you.
or someone blasphemous axe, it gets hit for 13. Someone just
I
gets
give you
domed
13.
for 13.
But the part of they can't gain life for the rest of the game is
It's
so
very
crushing
good.
in Commander. You have a life
Not
gain-based
just Commander, in Highlander as well.
Yeah.
Because in Highlander you play the 1 ring, and sometimes you play the 1 ring to draw your outs, right?
Correct.
So when you draw a lot of cards and you go down really fast and you
Yeah.
can't go
Expecting
back
to get
up.
back up,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
The
can't
One
go
Ring
back
is
up.
very, very strong, but it can just kill you.
Yeah, like the idea of this card is giving you like essentially a emblem that can't be interacted with because you get it for the rest of the game,
Correct.
which is very strong. Like I like in Commander, like the Erebos, like the god, because it means opponents can't gain life for the, like while he's on the field. But this getting it that can't be interacted with is actually pretty amazing.
Yes, it
I like
is.
it, and it's a 3/3 with flying.
Yeah, 3/3. No,
3 with
haste.
Sorry, haste.
So you can just straight away attack.
Nice.
So if the person just blocks, then
Yeah.
it's game over.
The art on the regular one is a bit basic. Like, is the different art cooler?
The extended art is just like a pile of flames.
Okay, so the basic one's like that too.
Yeah, pretty much.
But cool, I like the choice.
Okay.
All right, Kangy boy, that means you got 2 picks in a row.
All right. I get 2 picks in a row.
Yeah,
This is fun.
because now you're the head of the snake again.
It's an internal conflict of whether I pick cards I just like it or pick cards
or you're gonna
because
try
I
and win the
think it's
game.
going to get the financial value. So let's go for a 50-50 pick here for myself. So we have For my new pick, it's going to be Kaito, Bane of Nightmares.
Ooh.
So Kaito is a planeswalker. Kaito's kind of struggled in the past to see real competitive play and consistent play.
I've almost never seen them, even in Commander, I don't see
But
him
he's
crop up that
so
much.
close. Every single time they design him, he's so close because he's a blue-black planeswalker, which is always so close to being very, very good. And then he's a ninja-based one, and he's got ninjutsu and has a lot of fun mechanics. But this Kaito is he's a 2 and blue and a black, so he's 4 mana for a planeswalker that has ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is a mechanic where you can remove a card that's attacking to place a new card in.
One of the coolest names for it, like ability for sure.
And it's so much fun in Commander. The ninjutsu thing is and then he's a 4 loyalty planeswalker with a static ability of during your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, so if he's alive, he's a 3/4 ninja. So he's a planeswalker that's also a 3/4 ninja on your turn, meaning that he has ways to evade planeswalker removal, and he's a 3/4, not bad rate.
Especially when a lot of planeswalker removal is like sorcery speed as well.
Correct.
So it's like if the only time they need to use it is when he's not even when he's not available.
And then the rate gets even better because he's not really a 3/4 creature. What he really is on his uptick, which is a +1 to loyalty, you gain an emblem with ninjas you control have +1/+1. An emblem is an uninteractable part of the game, right? All your ninjas are +1/+1.
Oh,
you
so
can keep stacking these emblems.
Holy moly.
Yeah, every turn.
Every turn.
It gets +1/+1.
Plus, he's also already a base 3/4. So the turn he comes in, he's actually a 4/5. So he's a 4 mana planeswalker who's actually a 4/5 creature, right?
Yeah.
And then he ticks up to 5 loyalty, which is beefy. He'll survive things.
I'll have to make space for this in my like metamorph deck where they're all creatures.
Correct. Ninja's always been a really fun tribe. I don't know if ninjas are in standard at the moment, but this could really give a good kick to ninjas.
Ninjutsu.
Who's his little mate? Is it like a little squirrel guy?
He has some like technology-based thing that follows him, like a companion. And then he has a 0 loyalty ability for Surveil 2, then draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. So Kaito follows a consistent strategy of blue card drawing cards. And then his down tick is tap a creature, put 2 stun counters on it, which is actually very devastating. So the reason why this matters is in the past, we've had cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor, where it's a planeswalker that enters the battlefield and puts a creature back to opponent's hand. Very strong, right? Because it's effectively removal on the planeswalker, gives pseudo protection for the planeswalker. Kaito is enter the battlefield. If you need to, you can tap a creature, put 2 stun counters on it, which is effectively remove that creature for 3 turns.
Pretty good.
So he's got a whole suite of things that I would love to see. I want to give this chance to brew some ninja shenanigans, maybe for modern or standard. We'll see how we go. He's also, I say he's a 4 mana card, but he ninjutsus for 1 and 1 blue and 1 black. So he's a 3 mana ninjutsu.
it's pretty good.
Potential.
So
Let's
if
see it.
your creature is not blocked, right?
I think Wizards of the Coast were finally like, we gave you a good Kaito, no one played it. Fine, we're going to give you a brand new Kaito.
Yeah. So if we all, as like a collective of Magic players, choose not to play this one, does that mean we're going to get a burst out one next time?
Yeah, we're going to get a 2 mana ninja insane thing.
What's your second pick?
Oh,
Well,
yeah, I get
before
2
you go
picks.
into your second pick, we are 6 picks in. All right. We've used up the top 5 of the
that already
of the
it?
list. So it's so just whether we're all playing gamesies or we're on the thing, we're at top 5. So is your next pick going to be the number 6 card? We'll see.
So another question I want to ask is, we're tracking movement, right? How much a card moves in prices? Because rather than the top cost.
Well, it makes sense to do the actual cost because the moving.
But then it's so hard because I think there's some real powerful commons and uncommons that are going to move in price.
What we'll do is we'll check both statistics. And I'll award a winner for each one. How about that?
Okay.
And then we can decide if we do this, if people actually like this, and if we do it for next time, then we can decide how we do it.
Okay. Well, this is going to be my pick. And this is my pick for what I think is going to shake around in pricing. Because also I'm quite biased into it. It's called Drag to the Roots. It's 2 colorless and a black and a green. So 4 mana for an instant speed card that says destroy target non-land permanent. So 4 mana for instant speed, destroy target non-land permanent is not very good, but it has Delirium. Delirium is a returning mechanic in this set, which says, Delirium says you get bonuses if you have 4 card types in your graveyard. Delirium is actually not too hard to trigger, and the Delirium bonus on this card is this card costs 2 less mana to cast. So it effectively becomes 1 black, 1 green for destroy target non-land
Becomes
permanent.
like Assassin's Trophy then.
It becomes Assassin's Trophy without the downside of Assassin's Trophy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, with Delirium. So the reason why I like this card a lot is that with all the Delirium support coming in,
Is it uncommon?
is an uncommon. I think right now it's probably like $1 card.
Yeah, it's sitting at 79 cents on card.
Yeah.
It's going to be like $2 or $3.
Australian.
But it's if Delirium kicks off in standard, it's gonna be played. Modern is so close to seeing more Delirium being played because it's so easy to fill your graveyard up, guys. You just gotta chuck an instant sorcery, land, creature, good to go. If you have artifacts and enchantments, so easy to fill it up. I'm planning to play this card in 7-point Highlander because I'm already on that green-black slightly Delirium plan. I'm all in on Delirium.
So all of our excellent listeners who also play Highlander, now you know what to counter from.
Just play while graveyard
It's
hate.
not a very exciting card.
Play
It's
while
just
graveyard
removal.
hate.
Yeah, but it's not a very exciting card because it's just removal. But it's efficient removal in these formats that could do it some more. So
I like it.
I want to see it becoming something, but
Okay.
I don't think it will go crazy. I don't think it's gonna be a crazy expensive card.
So my next pick is going to be a legacy potential, Highlander potential, and also modern potential.
Yeah,
It's called Abhorrent Oculus.
is it the blue card?
Yes, it's a. Why do I pick this? It's not because of the value. Value is one of it, but
Sure.
all right. It looks like a
number six.
Number 6 on the highest.
Wait. Hold on. It has the potential of that. What's it called? That dragon. What's his name?
Which dragon?
The blue dragon. The
Come
Delver.
on, Will. Oh, Murktide region.
Murktide region.
Yeah,
Yeah, similar to this. So Murktide region is if you delve, you get one cost less, right? This one is just you exile, but you have to pay for the exile cost.
Yeah, did you know that William's got Card Kingdom open on his phone? He's just browsing Card Kingdom.
Yeah, I assumed he'd done it by price. I assume that's how William would have started at least anyway.
No, I already saved all the pictures.
It is a 5/5 for 3 mana with flying though, so it's pretty burst. Like.
Yeah, so you just
Base
exile,
rate is
and
not
because
bad.
you're blue, you definitely have a lot of cards in your grave, right?
I think I always still like even now I still think of how things would perform in tiny leaders and where they would sit. Like this thing being a 5/5 flying with additional benefits for 3 mana.
Dude, the game has changed so much in Tiny Leaders.
And you can manifest dread every single of your opponent's upkeep.
What's the manifest dread part?
So you take the top card of your library and
Top 2.
top 2,
Yeah.
and then you choose one and you put it into play as a 2/2, and then the other one is it graveyard?
Yeah. More importantly, the other one goes to graveyard.
Yeah.
Which fuels things
Again,
like
yeah,
true.
Delirium.
That's what you want.
And
Reanimation.
then in manifest dread, if it's a creature, you can cast it. So it's like putting a card in your hand.
yeah, no shit. Yeah,
So
it's card
it's-
advantage for sure.
Pretty much. So can you imagine if you're playing 4 copy of this, you manifest this into it, and then you just put more cards into your grave, and then you just play it again. Another 5/5.
Yeah, I like that. It's
You can
pretty good,
attack
actually.
and then you cast it. That's how good it is.
yeah.
Manifest Dread, you can attack and you can cast it.
I think there's cards like that, which is like strong, generically good colored creatures. Gonna be good for the future of the game.
Definitely, I think 6 is doable, and especially in like I don't think maybe not in Legacy, but in Highlander, you're gonna use once. It's like it's either you do Murktide or you do this, right? So when you play this, then you can't play Murktide, but when you play
because
this
you think because they're feeding off the same amount
correct.
of cards.
So it's like a second copy of Murktide.
I hear.
Yep, that's my pick.
All right.
All right. Well,
Very good.
I've got double pick now. I think I'm going to go head to head and go for my head shredder. The head shredder's only sitting at about $5 now, but I think it's got some legs to it.
A land.
So the head shredder, I guess it's supposed to be like that classic horror trope of like a Robot Wars kind of thing where he's like got all the arms and legs and he's like it's like coming down. Like imagine it's you see them running down a hall and instead of taking like one of the side doors that goes off, they just keep running down the hall while this thing chases them, right? But it has it attacks. Whenever it attacks, you mill 2 cards, which is not bad. You know, you're trying to feed the machine.
Delirium, right? It's in green.
It's in green, yeah,
Ooh,
absolutely.
Delirium.
It's a crew 1, but I don't crew 1 and it becomes a 5/5.
Yeah.
It's like you use an insect to crew that bad boy. And then I like the idea of like a mouse. You know, they're like earlier in the year they taught mouses how to drive cars, like little electronic cars.
They did.
Like have you not seen them, bro? We'll have to. I'll just post that.
It's like very Zootopia.
Before we edit the video, put the podcast and put it up. I'm just going to share that on the Instagram and just with no context whatsoever. But it's like they taught a mouse how to drive like little electric cars, and there's all these videos of like mices driving cars. It's pretty funny. And it's like I think they're sitting on like a neuropad and they use their brain to do it. So
Oh, man.
true nightmare.
Humans
And-
just like enjoy messing with
Oh yeah,
Little mice.
we fuck with shit way too much. But the head shredder says whenever one or more land cards go put into your graveyard from your library, you can put them into play, which is incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredibly good. And I'm like, it's sitting down at like the 20th-ish spot roughly for pricing cards now. But I reckon once
cool
the commander players get that, like it's such a good way. Like,
So I think I figured out how we can do this structured, right? Instead of doing overall the price of where cards settle, we can track the percentage movement of price of how much it goes up and down.
That's what I said.
And then we just add it all together.
to be honest with you, the only reason I rallied against that at the start is because it seems confusing in my brain.
No, because you
guys are smarter than me, so I'm okay with that.
Because there's a website called MTG Stocks, which tracks in the last 30 days how much a card has
That's
moved
what
up
I
or down
said.
in terms of -% or +%. And then we just got to add it all together, and whoever has the highest number at the end means they had the highest movement.
All right.
That's what I said. Then
No,
I pick all the wrong stuff. Then
Gotcha, Will.
Kang is like picking on the uncommon, which is going to go
Gotcha,
up at like
Will.
$3, like 200%.
I don't
Hell
know.
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first time I ever heard of this was when Kang just
That's what
mentioned
you
it.
No,
get.
I'm saying.
That's what you get, Willie, for pulling up Card Kingdom.
Look, we'll track both and we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm
alright?
excited though because green and black is like
Fine,
colours
I'll
I-
open some packs now.
Green's got some Duskmourn packs he's cracking for emotional support. The green and black are colors that I thoroughly enjoy playing, and green and black's getting some solidly cool cards for standard. Yeah.
So my second double pick, I'm going to go with the Jolly Balloon Man, which I think is a very funny,
Oh,
very
that's
funny
very
name.
nice.
What I like actually most about this is that it's in Boris, right? But it's doing something in Boris that it's not doing whatsoever. Like, you know, like almost all of the Boris cards and commanders end up being like this Tron thing where you stack on as many artifacts and things as you can. And it's like, it's really hard. They really struggle to branch out of that kind of one scheme they're doing. And so I think I can see them trying to put some effort in here. So what the Jolly Balloon Man is, you pay 1 mana and you tap him and you create a token that's a copy of another creature you control, but except it's a 1/1 red floating balloon. So I like the idea of that German like 99 red balloons things coming to my mind the same way as well. There's a
it's
classic
like-
Halo thing. I remember a video of that, like, but
It's right, the movie. It.
yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Of course it is.
Who
But
wrote it again?
Sorry?
Who wrote it again? The horror.
Stephen King?
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King.
Stephen King, yeah.
Stephen King. It.
But
Giving nightmares for clowns for like forever.
Yeah.
well, the on the
Thanks to that movie.
the regular art, because all the alternative arts are like a side profiles of the balloon man, but the regular art is he's skinned people's heads and he's blowing the faces up like balloon, like the skinned skins of them, which goes back to scalps, which is a I'm trying to the first few
That's
podcasts,
a very meta joke.
yeah, well, the first few podcasts we were a June cast, now we're a scalp cast, so
Very good. So scalps going up in price.
So this card is actually a potential 7-point Highlander card again.
the balloon man
Yeah.
Oh.
You know why? Because it has haste.
does have haste.
If you have 4 mana, you can copy one of your initiative cards
I see.
and then put it in, and then you get initiative again.
Ooh, double initiative, the
Yeah.
same turn. Right,
So it's pretty
pretty good,
pretty
actually.
strong.
Yeah.
This is one of those arts that skirt that PG rating.
Oh,
Magic the
absolutely! You
Gathering
can
has.
tell they've gone a little bit more cartoony just to get it because the content is graphic.
I'm-
Right?
And this, okay, another thing I want to add on, and this has the same ability as the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So if you copy the creature at your opponent's turn, it stays till your turn.
Very cool.
So you get the copy of the creatures till your turn, and then you can attack with it, and then it just goes away, and then you still get an ability.
And if you got some sort of ability to like sack the creature for mana and stuff like that as well, it's going to give you some sort of advantage, right?
Yes, correct.
Well, I chose this because it was a fun card, but it sounds like we might be
Quite
onto a winner.
broken, yeah.
Nice.
It's very broken for like what it does because it has haste. That's the issue. The haste.
That might be an
part.
ace in the hole.
Yeah.
nice.
What's your second card then?
I like aces and holes. That was 2. I did Head
Oh.
Shredder and Jolly.
Cool,
so it's
cool,
back
cool.
to you.
All right, my pick. It's not gonna be high, but this one's pretty cool. I'm gonna pick Demonic Council.
Oh no, William!
Yeah.
No, you took my pick.
So Demonic Council is like a demonic tutor.
Yeah, it's.
That's
I think this card has serious movement.
Yeah, because with its original cost, you just search for a demon card and put into your hand.
Is this a set card or a
It's a set card.
What is a set card? Yeah.
So if you have Delirium, you become Demonic Tutor for
Correct.
for like $5.
So it's a sorcery
Search a
that-
library for a demon card, reveal and put your hand. Delirium. If there are 4 or more cards types among cards in your graveyard, search your library for any card.
Yes.
2 mana
Tutor.
as well.
It's Tutor, Demonic Tutor.
Demonic Tutor in most formats is a very strong card, which is why it's not allowed in a lot of formats.
So this is sitting on Card Kingdom for $5 at the moment.
Yes.
I'd be fucking buying that.
Yes.
That was my pick, William. You took it.
Meow, 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 too
But anyway,
bad.
yeah, because
I do like the combat sport of this of the snake
I know,
draft.
right? Once again, Delirium, like a mechanic that's not too hard to trigger in the
Well,
right environment.
because you did that whole percentage movement thing, so I went to find the best
William's
cards.
bringing out the big guns, man.
No,
I
I'm
do-
not gonna find a biggest value now.
This demonic counts is also coming in this alternate art kind of style here, which the alternate art version of is very.
It's a
cool.
television.
Yeah, like with the. Is that a television or
Yeah,
like
it's a television.
Ghostbustery kind
It's
of
a
deal?
CRT television.
That's what you own. That what?
Have you not owned a CRT?
It's like a Ghostbustery gadgety thing.
No,
That's what I thought.
It's like CRT. So
My
what if
CRT did not
Hold
look
on,
like that, bro.
hold on. Let me explain to you. You guys are too young to know what CRT is.
Dude, it's gonna be.
Oh, yeah, after that Jocks movie, I'm glad that Callan Patreon and local plumber and good friend of the Callan the plumber from the D&D story, he was in the chat. He was sympathizing you with the Jocks. I'm glad that you weren't alone, William, because
Yes.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Robot Jocks is so cool. So CRT TV, right? So TV before the times had like
Before the times.
so it has like a panel.
That's
you know where your
Time
your
history before the
controls
times.
like all your volume, right?
Yes.
It used to be like you can see the buttons on the television, but the olden times there's a flap that hides all these buttons.
I remember my granddad had one of those.
So
yeah.
on the side, so it's similar to this the picture. So when you open the
I
flap,
see
it
what you're
shows all the
saying.
buttons,
Yeah.
which is like all the knobs and stuff.
Yeah.
the volume knobs.
I remember my granddad's one had like a knob that you would spin and it was like riveted. So like after years and years and years, the riveted bits had slowly worn away from people's fingers.
right.
But then it's also a perfect way to collect like the skin of your fingers. You know what I mean? Like,
See?
what a nightmare.
It's classic, bro. Vintage.
Well, good pick, William. I like it.
Okay.
All right, Big Kang, you're on to
William
2 picks
definitely
then, all the way.
shaked it up on what I was going to pick. So now I have to kind of shake up what I'm going to choose as well. This is more of a for fun pick, but I can't help but love him. It's called Doomsday Excruciator.
Oh, motherfucker.
Yeah, he was one of the first cards spoiled for this set, and it kind of really set the tone for this set.
Yeah.
Doomsday Excruciator is a 6 black mana card, so 6 black pips. You have to be dedicatedly solidly in mono black to play this.
Yeah. It's 6 black pips is also a big demand.
That means
right?
he's a 6 mana 6/6 flying demon. Once again, demons, which says that when he enters the battlefield, each player exiles their whole library except for the bottom 6 cards face down. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card.
In
So-
Commander, a fucking nightmare.
dude, this card is so goofy because it comes in and the game comes down to we have 6 more cards to play with. Let's see what happens. But also, there's a serious downside of it makes you draw 2 cards per turn. So you need to end the game quickly, otherwise you will just deck yourself.
Yeah. I like the flavor text one is pretty cool.
Very
You're-
easy. Just play Laboratory.
Yeah.
What's it, Mania?
That is correct.
But you're in
It's-
mono black. Well, I guess you don't have to be mono black. He's
Ah,
on, yeah.
You play blue black.
I guess you can reanimate him out.
You could
as well.
But what I'm thinking here is that I want that classic scenario of it's a demon making a bargain with you, being like,
Yeah.
let's play a game.
You better finish it up right.
Correct.
You know the combo, right? So they play this, and then you have either Tussle Oracle in play, and then you just brain freeze yourself.
But that's
Instant win.
The flavor text is very cool. It says, all stars grow dark, all worlds come to an end. And it's like, just like, this is it, boys.
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah,
if you're in a
yeah.
Commander game where it's going like 3 hours long and you just want to fucking get out of there, this is like
This is
a
the
lot
end
of
of
my
game.
an
Commander
appropriate way to kill yourself.
Wait, I should use this card for the next Commander event. I'll just play this card so everybody exiles the whole.
Oh, true. They've gone over time. You're like, this game is ending, boys.
Yeah.
So what is the how many picks have we had so far?
You are on pick number 4, so you've got another one now, and then you'll be going to your last one after.
All right. Now the game really comes in tricky because we've
We've really secured the top. We've secured the top 6 out of the main set. Kang's had a banger out of the Commander, but the Commander's like, well, he might lose a few points on that because it's going to go down, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll go down from 30 because it's in a Commander set. You'll get a lot of those.
Correct.
So we'll
what
see.
I'm hoping is that it's just cool enough.
True.
All right, so this is this is my second last pick. This
Yes,
is
sir.
we're touching upon. I think we haven't mentioned yet is the new ley lines. So they've once again brought back ley lines in Magic.
Thank you for picking a ley line.
Yeah. Anyway, so the ley lines are this is an enchantment set, so we're going to get a lot of enchantments, and this specifically the ley lines are enchantments that say if they are in your opening hand, they immediately enter the battlefield just played. So you don't have to play mana for it; it just starts. You start the game with it. The one I'm picking is a ley line of resonance. So it's the red ley line that says it's actually a very boring effect. It's just a 2 mana for 2 and a 2 red for whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single creature, you copy that spell. You may choose new targets for that spell. All right. So it's one of those things where it's just generically simple effect. But if it starts on the battlefield ready to go in the beginning of the game and a red card player, right, wants to be targeting their own creatures with the bonuses, this just goes off, right? You can just do so much cool things with it. So it's a really simple ley line. I like the idea of it. So let's see what happens.
And that which name it again for me, please.
Ley line of resonance.
That's it. Ley line of resonance. All right.
I already got my next pick.
Is it a ley line, William?
No.
Ooh, okay.
Were you saying before to Kang, thank you for picking it because you think it's going to not do well?
No, because I don't want him to pick my cards.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I got a lot of cards that I want to pick, but this is the next one. And also because I played Boros in 7-Point Highlander. When I saw this card, I fell in love with it. It's called Razorkin Needlehead. It's like a metal band. So what it does is a 2 red for a 2/2, and the Razorkin Needlehead has first strike during your turn. And whenever an opponent draws a card, Razorkin Needlehead deals 1 damage to them. So cast your Brainstorm. Ooh. You take 3 damage from Brainstorm. You cast Preordain, you take 1 damage. Every turn you take a damage.
I actually do like that. It's a good idea.
Yes, play your Treasure Cruise. Draw 3 cards. Take 3 damage, and I'll cast Lightning Bolt, another 3 damage. How about that?
Yeah.
I do like it. I like it.
If you play a mono red in 7-Point Highlander, this card is amazing.
Because William plays red and white, what I've learned about him is that he hates people gaining life and he hates people drawing cards.
I do like,
that's right.
You know, William, who's got like such a massive collection and like easy access to cards. I do like you going in at Boros, which is generally considered like hard mode, right?
Don't compliment him because his Boros deck is in 7 points called Moonshine, and it's the most annoying thing to ever fight in my entire life.
It's pretty good.
So I have a vendetta against that. So that's William. That's on to Danny now. I see you're like really pushing those brain muscles there, trying to figure out a card now.
I'm like torn up between some of the cards that I like a lot and ones that I think will do well. Right?
Like, do I pick this card because I think it's cool, or do I think it's going to move?
So you know what? I'm going to go with this one. We're going to go because these are my last 2 picks, right? We're going to put in the Mind Skinner because primarily Mind Skinner is very funny. So it's like the concept of it skinning someone's mind is quite amusing. But it's a 3-cost creature. It's a 10/1. It can't be blocked. It's a 10/1. But if anything you do would deal damage, it deals no damage, and the opponent mills that many cards.
That's very fun. Wait, what colors was it in?
It's triple blue.
It's triple blue. So
is it a legendary?
It is a legendary.
Oh my god, Tiny Leaders.
Oh my!
Bring back the Bruvac.
We bring back. Oh, yeah, true.
Instant death.
Because yours was mono blue as well when you played as well, right?
Yeah.
I like the Mind Skinner a lot actually because like you could be doing like a fair bit of damage in like some sort of deck, and then all of a sudden you just throw in the Mind Skinner and just mill them out for the rest.
I love that name, Mind Skinner.
But the issue is with the 1N, so it's easily like you can bolt it, or you can one
you
damage
can sneeze on the card and it falls over. It's so top heavy. They put every single stat they could fit for 3 mana and shoved it on power.
A 10/1 can't be blocked. Amazing.
You get 2 swings with that thing.
The art's also quite funny. Like it's this little crab guy skinning on that.
There seems to be the flavor of Duskmourn, where they have a couple cards where they've gone a little out there.
Yeah.
Just like that Doomsday Excruciator. It's a little bit out there.
Well, we've all got in that situation where you get into a game and like a guy's got a super heavy lifelink or something and he's at 200 life. How are you going to get him out of the game?
Yeah.
I like the idea of like this, you're not even a mill deck, but you can slap this down and like you can maybe just knock him off those last 30 cards, 40 cards in his deck.
And it's all your creatures, right?
Yeah, everything he does that has everything that has deals
He's
damage.
impressively top heavy. People play Yargle, who's I think it's a 7/3.
I think of it in like a blue red deck. So it says if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards. So like an impact tremors or something.
Yeah.
What if damage can't be prevented? What if like what's that?
but
Questing
that's-
beast is in play.
It's like theoreticals.
Oh, you can prevent your
wait.
own damage, just dome them for 10.
Hey.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. You can give it in.
Now I want to put Mindskinner into different decks. Actually, that's actually pretty fun tech,
That is
right?
a great pick. That's a great one.
All right. I think we're gonna go.
Now I'm in a position where, because I've got my last pick now, I really want you guys not to pick my pick.
I got a different pick. Don't worry.
All right, because this is my
How do
last.
you know that, William?
My pick is like really random.
So you all we haven't mentioned is the new cycle of lands being introduced in Duskmourn. I think the cycle of lands is very
Yes.
good,
It was hard not
but I don't want to pick the lands because that feels like a more obvious style pick.
finance wise. It would make sense to pick some of those cards, right? I think I'm going to go for my final one with Enduring Tenacity. Yes. It's the Enchantment Snake. It's black. It says whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life.
Yeah.
It's quite strong, right? But the art's really cool. Again, I like having the enchantment tag on a creature. It's 4 mana for 4/3, and it's like when Enduring Tenacity dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Correct.
It's an enchantment, so you get double tap with it.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's a creature where you don't care if it dies because you still gain the effect as an enchantment. So it almost is like an enchantment with inbuilt protection. The rate on that cycle of cards is actually quite not bad.
Yeah.
I rate them.
And again, it's in that set of cards where it comes with the cool full art version, alternate art. So there's some cool versions of it floating around as well.
The cycle of those cards is a counter to a cycle of, they've done a lot of, this set's a horror set. So they have a lot of like fear of things. Like this is your nightmare. This is what you're scared of. And all those cards are enduring something.
And I want my opponents to be scared of.
Yeah.
Well,
They're the
having
opposite.
anything
They're
on
like
field.
they're like the protagonist's strength, their inner spirit to keep going and survive the horrors.
Yeah,
That's what they are.
100%.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's my 7th pick, boys. So it's over to William with your final pick there.
Strong.
Sir.
So I'm enjoying this so far.
All
This
right.
is fun.
Yeah.
My pick is not going to be a value, but it's going to be beneficial to my deck.
Ooh.
So I play an artifact deck, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want to pick Giggling Skitterspike, Toy Story.
I like that giggling.
Is that
in
the
a-
thing with the Barbie doll head from
Yes, that's
that
right.
Sid makes in Toy Story 1?
Oh, that is. I didn't even see this before.
So this is pretty cool. It's 4 mana, artifact creature, toy, indestructible, 1/1. Whenever a Giggling Skitterspike attacks, blocks, or become the target of a spell, it deals damage equals to its power to each opponent.
Yes.
Interesting.
So
This card is a direct reference. It's also a toy to that Toy Story 1. Everyone knows this. When the Barbie doll creepy thing that was stuck on top of a machine, right?
Yeah.
That Sid makes.
and then
So-
so the
Do you,
second
do you know? I saw this like kind of meme thing years later about that. It's like Sid was demonized as the bad guy.
Yeah.
What if he was just a poor kid having to recycle his toys? What if he was just like doing
Yeah.
the world a favor by
no he
using what
was
had?
destroying toys.
But the thing
he
is,
was.
in a world where you don't know that toys are sentient, was he really villainous?
True.
No, he was wasteful though. Like if let's
No,
say
because he used all the bits.
yes he did, but he was destroying them as well. So he's not like taking care of them.
Yeah.
If you're making bits and taking care and then putting in a nice place, then
Well,
displaying.
we've all been victim of taking our toys and putting them in boxes away, right?
That's like doing like kid bashing your Warhammer toys, right?
What if
That's
my
fine.
old He-Man toys now are like lonely?
Do you, we're all dudes with like little plastic toys who are just expensive versions of the toys we had as kids, right?
Yeah.
When did you guys used to think as a kid that like
When I watched what
you'd
Toy
feel,
Story,
you'd feel
yes.
bad about throwing things away?
Absolutely. I still do this to this day.
I regret that. Wait, hold on. I regret giving my toys to my cousin. Regret. Full regret.
So
Because they're mistreating them.
you
Yes.
want a little tiny bit of like Daniel Meta? So we had a garage sale at when my grandfather passed away. They did a big garage sale to clear out most of my nan's house, right? Because they lived in this house that he'd built, and she couldn't stay there because there's too many stairs and all this whatever. But we did a garage sale at the same time. We sold a bunch of toys. I was about 10, and I had this glow in the dark skeleton for Halloween, right? It was hang on the wall. It's just like a $4 thing. And somebody bought it at the garage sale and I cried.
It's never about what it is. It's about the memories it provides.
I also had like these books from, this is bringing back some memories. It's weird. I did some books, some dinosaur books. And at some point somebody had given me some money for Christmas and I'd hidden the money in the books. And the people that bought it brought the money back. Because they feel bad about stealing from a
That's nice.
thing.
All right, wait. I haven't finished about the
Yes.
creature though.
My
So he has
apologies.
a second ability called Monstrosity for 5. 5 mana, you get Monstrosity 5. What Monstrosity is, if you pay the 5, if it's not monstrous, it becomes monstrous, and you get 5+1/+1 counter.
Yeah.
So it becomes a 6/6. So whenever now it blocks,
Big stompy
attacks.
card.
Wait, we've got one more pick after this. We're only you and me are only at 6.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I get to sit back and relax.
Yeah.
And then what happened is, if this thing attacks, if you block, you charm block, you take 6 damage.
Yeah.
Right? Because it attacks, it deals 6 damage. If no, wait, hold on. It takes 6 damage. You take 6 damage no matter what. If you can't block, you take another 6 from the attack. So it's 12.
True.
So whenever it blocks as well, and then you know what is so good about this? You put Shadow Spear on it.
Yeah.
So you get 6 damage on lifelink, and then you 6 damage again. So
And
12.
again, double up. I
double
like the double tap. The double tap seemed to be like a theme. Like, what was that movie? Zombicide?
Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah, the double tap. I
So-
see it. It's come back around.
Because this is indestructible, you can't destroy it. So I'm gonna play this in my artifact deck. I can play this on turn 2.
I can't wait to be
Sorry, I can play this on turn 1. What are you talking about?
just in Magic. I'm getting attacked by monsters like Toy Story.
Turn 1, I play this. Turn 2, I make it monstrous and then start attacking you for 6.
Ooh.
I can do that in turn 2.
Yeah, no shit.
Get ready.
All right, nice pick. I like it. I like it.
I'm done.
You done?
All right.
No, okay, I'm done. I'm done for this turn. Next.
So you guys are in 6. I'm
Yeah.
going to my 7th pick. So
You're
I
going.
get-
No, you're going to your 5th. So you got 6 and you got 5 so far. So you got 6 and 7. So you got your double turn.
Oh, this is my double
Yeah,
turn.
and then they jump,
Oh
and
man,
then you're
I've
done.
not prepared myself for a double turn. All right, let's go. Cool. So my realsies picks. This one because I get 2 picks.
Sure.
A new card, returning character to the Magic the Gathering, is the new Wandering Rescuer.
Wandering Rescuer.
The Wandering Rescuer. It's a card that we've seen featured a fair bit now in Magic Story. Is the Wanderer. She's the I believe she's the Empress or the daughter of the Emperor from Kamigawa.
Oh, yeah.
Where she's cursed to constantly teleport around the planes. Hence why she's called the Wanderer.
$12.99. So good.
Yeah, not
good
a bad
mid-range
rate
pick.
so far. She was a planeswalker. Now she's not a planeswalker. I'm not exactly who knows why. So she's 3 and 2 white. So she's 5 mana for a 3/4 creature with double strike. And other tapped creatures you control have hexproof. Not very interesting. However, she has Flash, which is consistent with all the Wandering Emperors.
Flash and double strikes. Strong.
Correct. And Convoke. Convoke is a mechanic where you can tap other creatures to pay for the mana cost of her. And it matters because what happens is you convoke your creature, you tap them, and she says tapped creatures have hexproof, right? So she's pseudo protection.
It's like protection.
Yeah, so it's protection for your creatures. You lower the cost of her, and she has Flash. She comes as a double strike 3/4. That's a good rate for a blocker.
Absolutely.
So in a lot of situations, especially because she's white mana is the mana that creates creatures, goes wide. You have a position where the ideal is your opponent does a thing, you flash out. She's a 2 mana 3/4 double strike. Give other creatures protection. Maybe she blocks a thing and kills it. Big tempo swing, a lot of momentum. I'm always a big fan of creatures with Flash because Flash gives you so much maneuverability.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can do it like, with the Convoke, you're getting it down to just 2 white pips of mana, which is like pretty trap card.
So I'm thinking, for example, I'm playing Abzan in 7 point. Abzan is green, black, white. And I've played a few mana dorks for my game. I've gone a bit wide. My opponent's going for like big stompy creatures, going swinging in for me. I tap my mana dorks, convoke out the Wandering Emperor. Bam, 3/4 double strike, big swing.
Yeah.
Big tempo swing.
I do like as well, like that, especially in that competitive form, like really being able to swap the tempo over when somebody thinks they're coming in for a strike and they're like, it's always risky when you go into attack. Like, is it now the right time to do it? Being able to like take something off the board when they're not expecting it, I like that a lot.
Especially in white mana, which is not the colors that normally do it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, standard, maybe we see some white play. Modern, maybe.
And even if
Pioneer, maybe.
you don't do any of that, she's just pounding your opponent for 6 damage next turn.
Correct.
Like, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, like a good
I keep
pick.
forgetting that Pioneer is also a price mover.
Oh, true.
So-
I guess we've got to think about the formats that we're not playing.
Yeah.
I wonder how that standard's going to take it.
So that's my first pick.
What
Now-
about your second pick?
Oh, no, I have not prepared myself a second pick.
Her
so I
art's
can't
really cool as well. Like it's been used in a lot of the
She's the Wandering Emperor.
She's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah, so she's the emperor, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So
You know, we've got a story about the Wandering Emperor today as well. So quite a few months ago, Kang has a something
what was it?
propensity
Yeah, that's a word.
a propensity to fling our promos that we are giving out tonight on Commander Nights at
Yeah.
the players. Some are thrown better than others, and some are caught better than others.
This is a good story. Yeah.
And one of the nights it was Thunder Junction. It was so quite a few months ago now, and he flung the promo at whoever was I think it was Matt. I'm pretty sure it was Matt. Anyway, it was whoever won, and he flung it, and it flew up into the air, and it hit the back wall, and it slid all the way back down behind one of the bookshelves, and it was gone. It's gone forever, right? But today, I moved a bunch of the bookshelves around so we could rebuild how we do the paint system. We're getting this cool point at the shop where a lot of the knickknacks are there just to cover up space so it doesn't feel empty. But we're running out of space for a lot of our stuff. So I moved around a bunch of the bookshelves to rebuild the paint section. So there's we've got some cool new paints. There's with hobby stuff, right? So we made that look a little bit better. But what that meant is I pulled out the shelf that had that foil promo inside it.
Wandering Emperor?
There was a Wandering Emperor inside it from the original, the Planeswalker one.
Not a bad card to dig out of an old promo.
Pretty good, pretty good.
It was pretty good, actually, yeah.
Well done, well done.
So if you want to buy a Wandering Emperor, you can buy that at the shop.
Okay. So this is my next pick, and it's going to be following suit with what we mentioned earlier with white mana and what I think can be potentially happening with white creatures. A new one is going to be, it's called, so you mentioned Enduring Tenacity. I'm going to mention Enduring Innocence.
Ooh.
Another one of the enduring cycles is enchantments that do things as well as creatures. It's 1 and 2 black, 1 and 2 white, so 3 mana for a 2/1 lifelink that says whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enters the battlefield, you draw a card. You can only do this once per turn, and it has the enduring thing of when it dies, it comes an enchantment.
This one has the very cute, little lamb.
Correct. Innocence, right? Lambs, I guess,
Yeah.
quite cute and innocent. It's on theme. It's a white mana creature that says when it's a small creature enters the
It's
battlefield,
like
you draw a
welcoming
card.
vampire.
It's in Magic. There's a strategy called In Magic, there's a strategy called white weenies. Same kind of deal. You play small creatures, you go wide, gain benefits. This gives you card draw.
That's weenies, William, not wieners. I know you were thinking about wieners. So
Correct.
No, I say welcoming vampire.
He is listed as Big Willy Boy. So.
The last set and the horror set was
Last horror set. Innistrad?
Crimson Vow.
Crimson Vow. Innistrad.
Crimson Vow had a card called Welcoming Vampire. It's a lifelink vampire. I think lifelink or flying. I can't remember. Same
yeah.
ability as well. Yeah. 3 to cost.
Yes.
But 1 red, 1 white, 2 colors.
I was just making a joke about wieners, but that's okay.
Is that your second pick?
Yeah, that's my second pick.
Right.
Good choice.
I want to do my pick. And this is going to be special. It's not going to be about a prize.
And that's me for 7 cards, right?
That's you for 7 cards.
I am done.
I'm going to pick a very thematic card. You'll be surprised. I'm going to pick House of Horror.
Ooh.
Charred Foil. Warp Space. It's a room card.
That's one of the new mechanics.
I didn't even think about any of the room cards.
Yes,
At all.
This
I
room card.
just found them hard to read because I turned my head sideways.
why I picked this card is because
You
every
can
time
tilt your phone. When you
hold
tell
on.
Oh, yeah.
Every time why I pick this card because every time I play Commander, I'll pick Danny's deck, and one of the decks that I always pick is the Layla deck.
Oh, yeah.
And this deck, right? This room card is very, very good for the Layla deck for the first part of the room,
Name the card for me.
Charred Foyer, Charred.
Oh, like foyer.
Yeah, correct. So I'll play the 4 costs. So the first part of the card is you can play for 1 red, 3 colors, or you can play for 2 red, 4 colors, the Warp Space. So I'll play for the Charred Foyer first. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So that gives +1 counter for Layla.
Ooh.
Yes,
pretty
sir.
good.
Pretty good. Hey, pretty good. Hey.
So you think it's 7-point adjacent?
No. I mean, I'm talking for Commander this one.
okay.
Because this is just for the Layla deck. that I played with Denny's.
I do like with the doors as well. That comes with that cute little like token that you pop out, and it has like the door on it, which is quite cool.
You cover up the side that isn't in play.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes it feel thematic like a door. I like that a lot.
Okay, so the second time when if you unlock the door to the other room for 4 colors and 2 red, once each turn you may pay 0 rather than pay the spell or the mana cost for the spell you cast from exile. So you get to play 2 spells from exile if you play Layla, right? Hey, not bad. Hey. So you can cast a 0. Meow, see if you play like a 7-drop or whatever.
Yeah, true.
Hey, not bad. Hey,
I like it.
yes, you can play this card. It's not expensive.
Yeah, the $5.99 sitting at. So not too bad. Not too bad.
Yes, play in the
Solid
deck.
spread of cards that I'm actually surprisingly looking forward to.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of like top mentions that I want to mention, like a couple of cards that I can't.
I've still got one. I've got one to go.
Okay.
So my final pick.
My final pick is going to be for Silent Hull Creeper.
Ooh,
So it's quite a cute little card. It's a 2 mana for 1/1. It's an enchantment creature again, but it's a horror. And I think like I've got a few horror decks going on, so like I'm excited to put in there. It's good. It's more thematic, so he can't be blocked either. So you can't block him there. But every time he deals damage, deals combat damage to a player, you have to pick one of its modes that hasn't been picked before. So the first one's put a 1/1 counter on it. The second one's draw a card.
Oh, I know that card. It's pretty good.
The third one is it becomes a copy of another creature you control, which I think is really fun because like it's like a nightmare thing where like eggs away and eggs away,
Wait.
and all of a sudden it just become like an Emrakul. I think that's very cool.
Hold on, you can actually play this in Highlander then, because you're gonna pick like an True Name Nemesis, copy Nemesis, and then it becomes protection for everything, right? From that player.
True.
Yeah, copying.
You do have to have a
Nemesis is
target.
real strategy.
You have to have a target for it to go for.
Yeah, I
but
know. If you play Nemesis first, and then you play this, you can attack.
It does have a card draw trigger on it as well. For
I know.
one of them,
You just
so-
copy Nemesis, and then you forever can't do. You can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah, true. Getting 2 of them on the field is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's 7, boys.
Yes.
So you've got some like
Oh yes.
What are they like? Like mentions?
Honorable mention.
Honorable mentions. So,
What's the time frame before we recheck on the cards?
I think we check on
30
a
days?
month after release.
So
So 4 weeks from now, we'll do. I could do a little quick update each week, like when we're in, just like a price update on how we're tracking, and then we're like, we'll call the winner at 4 weeks from now.
Cool.
So a couple of cards. Number 1 is the Roller Crusher Ride.
I like the name; it's cute.
So it's like a double damage if you have Delirium, and then it comes in like Miho Massacre. So it
It's
deals.
an enchantment, right?
Yeah, correct.
It's the roller coaster ride?
Roller Crusher.
Roller
Ride.
Crusher ride.
Correct. It's pretty cool art.
Yeah.
One word.
Roller Crusher.
Oh yeah,
The Roller Crusher.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, that one is pretty cool. I like that one because it deals damage to creatures, and then there's another one.
Again, the art on this, especially the alternate art, very very cool.
Okay, so I got a lot of rate cards here. Overlord of the Boiler Build. I don't know how to pronounce that. Billiards or whatever. So it is like something like the what's that card that is in Modern Horizons 3? The escape card.
Yes, card of Flage.
Yeah, it's Flage. So something like Flage, but it has impending 4, 2 colors and 2 red.
I like this guy. He looks like a factory that's come to life.
Correct.
Yeah,
You should see the alternate art. That's
It
very
kind of
nice.
looks like a corn actually.
Yeah.
Like the corn symbol from Warhammer.
The head does.
Yeah,
So he's an
check
interesting
out the
card
alternate art. Check out the
because
alternate art.
The reason I was actually going to mention this one here. So it's Overlord of the Boiler Bligers.
Bilges?
It's
Bilges or
Boiler
whatever.
Bilges. Yeah. When it attacks as well, it does 4 damage. So it's like Inferno Titan, where it just
Ooh,
comes in and
it just
keeps
gets it
keeps
anyway.
Any
hitting
target. Any
keeps hitting
target.
things.
Oh, that is very cool.
Pretty cool, huh? Ha 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 ha.
I'm quite happy with my picks, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's a good mix of cards that I am enjoying looking to play, and as well as I'm hoping might go up in price.
Hold on. One more card. Okay, two more cards. There's one more that I want to mention. It's a black card. That if it deals damage to you, you lose half your life.
Oh,
only
an
3 to play.
enchantment. Yeah, it's I can't remember the name of it, but it's you enchant a player.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever they take damage, they take half their life total.
Unstoppable
rounded up.
Slasher.
Oh, I like that.
So it's a Death Touch 2/3.
I actually like a lot of the names on these guys.
So whenever Unstoppable Slasher deals damage, combat damage to a player, they lose half their life. So you have to block. Whenever Unstoppable Slasher dies, if you had no counters on it, return it to the battlefield with a 2 stun counters on it. So it's forever. It's gonna be unless it has no counters on it. It's gonna be like it can't die.
Oh, we pulled a foil one of these out of the carton.
Pretty good.
This is a creature. You were talking about a creature.
Yeah. I'm talking about creature.
It's a zombie assassin.
Yeah.
But it also just has a circular saw blade as its abdomen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it. This is a kind of a more horrific version of that that Sid thing that you talked about before.
I think I have a couple more cards. Wait, hold on. This one's pretty cool.
The entirety
I like
of
that William's
Duskmourn
excited
later.
about it, yeah.
Yeah, Marvin Murders Mimic.
I almost picked this because
Yeah.
the art's very funny.
Okay, I think this guy is seriously a strong
powerful.
contender.
He gets all the abilities of activated creatures, right?
Correct.
Yes,
At 2
every
mana.
yeah.
So he's a 2-mana artifact creature, so he's colorless. That says he has the activated abilities of all creatures you control.
Especially if you've got like a strong commander who has an activated ability. For just 2 mana, you just get a second one, right?
It's a duplication
Yeah.
of abilities.
Correct. So then last one I'm going to say is Enduring Courage.
See, so I guess overall their enduring cycle has been quite good because
So Enduring Courage is
we've
red.
covered most of them in
So because
our picks.
I would definitely consider this into my Boros deck as well.
Correct.
Because it gives all your creatures haste. I mean, anything that enters gets haste.
The notable counter that they've printed in this set is because the enduring cycle says it needs to die to return as an enchantment, they have printed enchantment exile.
Yeah. Well, this like these special versions of these cards called the Fracture Foils, and they look like the EX Pokemon cards, and they actually look incredible.
Pokemon.
They're all sitting around the $500 marks. That's big on the money, boys.
Pokemon.
So with the 3 lists we've got, I won't name them all. Like I'll put the list up on the social media. I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah.
But
Nice little visual spread so people can see the cards.
yeah, absolutely. Kang, your total at the moment is $69.73.
69.
Nice.
69. So
Nice.
pretty good. But also pretty impressive because you've got that 79-cent card. So you've still managed to keep up there. William, you're sitting at 72.91. So you're the winner of
That was the
price
Meat Massacre,
so far.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Meat Massacre is sitting at 24.1. But your first card, the Commander card, is sitting at 27.99.
Yeah, not
so
bad,
pretty
not bad.
good.
Strong start.
I came in middle place there at 60. Oh, actually, I came lowest at 64.95. So
But notice how close all of them are.
it's very, very close. I think the other thing to note as well is like a majority of the rares are sitting at that $5 to $10 mark, which is pretty good set wise. Like a lot of things will change and things can like fluctuate a little bit, but a lot of sets, a lot of the rares are chaff straight out of this box. You know what I mean? But I think this is
When's the next Highlander again? Like the main one?
Every month. It's going to be the first week.
But we have
October.
like the weekly one as well, right?
Yeah, Danny wants
Yeah.
to run like a casual weekly one.
Yeah,
the
every
monthly is going to be the let's go.
Yeah, so we just had monthly just this weekend, just gone. It's a bit of a bummer that I couldn't make it. It was my son's football wind up, so we watched that. But now that his football is over, I want at least one of us can play Highlander. I think I'm on next Sunday, so you can play Highlander.
I've scheduled it so I'm able to jump in and play final.
Nice, I love that. I'm glad that we can both be here and enjoy it. So it's like it's cool for that. And then on Wednesdays we're going to do $15 entries, and then all of the top 3 will get that back as store credit. Try and make a bit more of a competitive thing, so people can come down, check out the Highlander, and get that moving.
Wednesday's
on
a
a
nice
weekly
little
basis.
middle of the day. Come on down for just like some bands.
Absolutely.
And we're proxy friendly.
Yeah, let's do it as you want to.
Yeah, I think so.
So recently, I've put a poll in the chat room where I asked people, should we raise the proxy limit from 5 to 10? So I think universally for our 7-point events, we just stick to 10 proxies. And I've updated it so now you have to print your proxies in color. No more black and white proxies. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
Office
if you
works 10
draw your
cents, right?
proxies, you don't deserve the proxy.
Oh no, if you draw them and they're good.
No. I've seen like pretty trashy ones.
ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, there's no effort in it.
I think the maintaining, it's more about, it's not just about playing the card, but it's about maintaining a certain level of respect to your opponent as well. You want the card to be looking decent in color, so at least they don't have to be struggling to figure out what you're playing.
What if it's the proxies like Nick's big boob proxies?
Acceptable.
The
within reason.
quality is high, but the card is off. Nick's got a commander deck that he bought off Etsy or whatever, and it's just like every card is this big titty like
waifus.
anime girls. Yeah, and it's funny when it's a card like I don't know, like it's an Urbog, but it's just a girl with titties. Well, saying the word titties on the podcast get us like downvoted on Spotify. We need to cut that out.
We're not monetized.
This set is pretty good. I like it. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of fresh abilities and
It's an interesting one because we had just the mega powerhouse that was Bloomburrow.
Yes.
Bloomburrow was thematically so strong, brought so many new players into the game.
I didn't
and they
realize
need
you
to-
said it's a month ago.
Yeah.
Only a month ago.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Bloomburrow?
it's like 5. It's been like 5
No.
or so weeks.
Yeah.
It wasn't a month ago.
We checked it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Checked it out again.
What does that mean?
When was Bloomburrow's release date?
No, it's
Right.
not 1 month ago. Definitely not 1
Even
month
if it
ago.
wasn't a month ago, it hasn't been 3 months like what a regular set should be.
August 2nd.
That's
When September. Still, William.
Oh yeah, true.
It's been a month.
No, 1.5 months. ago.
I guess we're midway through September,
Yeah.
but still, it's too soon, bro.
So we had.
And why are we doing mid-month release? What is that about?
What happened? I don't know. I just
What-
somewhere
What is
somewhere
the
along the
schedule,
line, Wizard of the
Wizards?
Coast was we have to finish the end of the year.
Look.
Go.
Look, Wizard of the Coast is doing Ghostbusters, and then what else?
Oh my god, they're doing there's a Ghostbusters secret lair.
I
called
saw, yeah, when it
Duskmourn.
released.
Slime.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, because we like
got a
a
call?
little bit of behind the scenes for the business part of it, but it's like we had One Piece pre-release last week on the same night that we did Flesh and Blood pre-release because the distributor kind of boned us a little bit and didn't come on time. And then this week we were pretty concerned that we weren't going to get our pre-release for Magic again.
Yeah.
Because Bloomburrow, they also didn't send us a bunch of our stuff for that, and we had to borrow some kits from Good Games Cannington. So very much appreciated to those guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we didn't receive those, so we had to borrow that. And I was concerned that it was going to come again because like we did luckily receive our Duskmourn pre-release stuff, but not just
Everything is here, ready to go.
Everything's
but
here,
only
ready to
like
go.
by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah. So I was a little concerned.
Very
there.
tight.
And it's like I definitely feel I think there was a bit of a software update that happened over there that really messed things about. But it's hard. Like, if we receive all our previously kits, even just a weekend after, the potential and
To
the
me-
ability to use it is a lot less.
I feel like it's just not fair. Like us at West just gets it so slow, right?
Yeah.
Every store in the Eastern State already got their stuff like last week, probably.
Yeah, plenty
Well,
of time to promote.
I did notice some
Setup.
shops get their stuff last week here as well. So
Oh, really?
why is there a disparity between what's going on? But, can't
Anyway.
complain too much. It just is what it is.
So into Duskmourn, we have Bloomburrow, who was a massively popular set, brought a lot of new people into the game. I think Wizards of the Coast really had to really rack their brain on how they wanted to lead from Bloomburrow into another set and make sure they could still keep their momentum going. I'm curious to see, because I think Duskmourn thematically won't be as popular as Bloomburrow, but I think mechanically though,
It's a juggernaut. So it's like,
Yeah.
I see you. It's gonna be
absolutely.
hard.
If I were to make a wild guess, I would say Bloomburrow was probably the second, if not first, most popular set of the year.
Yeah.
And then this one here is for me, Duskmourn is a little bit more mechanically exciting. I really like the mechanics.
I think looking at the cards now, and
Wouldn't
even
you
just-
call like Modern Horizons 3 bigger than
I think Modern Horizons 3 was probably the biggest, but Bloomburrow's got to be close, if not already beating it.
we probably sold more Bloomburrow
opening
here
a
than we
pack.
did.
William's opening the last pack out of his collector booster box.
it's
needs to be
trash.
a lucky pack.
No, everything's
Never
amazing.
mind.
I think what I've noticed here, sitting down and talking about it though, between us as that we've gone through, a lot of the cards have a lot of like places to be in decks in different commander, different formats. So it's like I think overall, while the aesthetic of Bloomburrow was a knockout.
Wait, hold on. This card is pretty good. I don't know why I didn't see it though. Kona Rescue Beastie.
Yeah, that was one of my honorable mentions.
So this one
was gonna
is so
mention it.
good. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a legendary creature, three colors, 1 green. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Kona Rescue Beastie is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Just put shit down. Just
So on your second main phase, if it's tapped and it's still alive, you get to sneak a thing into play. The reason why this matters and why it's called Survivor, the mechanic called Survivor, is because you go to combat and if this creature successfully attacks and doesn't die, it's a Survivor and it triggers a mechanic. It triggers that.
Is this the one you're talking about?
It's
no,
called
no.
Kona, K-O-N-A.
Kona.
Yeah.
There you go.
Rescue Bestie. And then I know our good friend John, who's a big fan of sneaking big scary creatures into play. He's planning to look into Kona as well.
Interesting.
I'm a survivor.
So basically, second main phase, if it's tapped, you may sneak attack a thing into play. Or show and tell, sorry.
Pretty good.
Too good.
Very exciting.
Put in omniscience.
But a good philosophy. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, you can. Because
You play blue.
Omniscience is going to be printed in Magic the Gathering Foundations.
Yeah.
It's a standard set coming out.
Oh my
You
god.
could sneak attack omniscience in like Pioneer and Modern. Pioneer and Standard.
That's hectic.
And then just like throw everything out.
Yeah. But a good philosophy for where they're leading in with Duskmourn, where I think this set is very much designed around for Standard, Pioneer, Modern, and like going into the more like competitive formats. There's 2 land cycles in this set, right? For in the common rarity, you have a land cycle, and in the rare slot, you have a new land cycle. And these lands are supposed to design to promote more color variety and deck building opportunities in these formats.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Can you imagine playing this and then just protecting it?
Yeah, you don't even have, you don't have, you
What
have
is
to go to
that,
combat.
what-
You can just tap it somehow, and it goes to second main phase. It works.
Oh, you can use it as convoke.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Cut off
Convoke.
calling.
Yeah. Call of
Yeah,
calling.
true. Especially in mono green. Like mono green's already got that.
Cut off calling,
that
and then
strong power
like,
to it.
hey, how
But yeah.
about that?
Yeah. So that's us at hour 30 minutes, gentlemen. That was a Duskmourn special episode, a little bit more Magic themed.
If you want some singles, please go to eternalmagic.cc.
Exactly. If you don't play Magic the Gathering and you stuck around to the end, well, thank you very much for listening. I know
Yeah.
this was
Thank you. If
extremely
you want to
magic-
learn Magic the Gathering, come on down to Northern Boards.
Any
and-
of the Patreons who aren't that into Magic, and this is, maybe a little bit slower episode for you, come down. I will lend you one of my decks. I'll sit down. We can play games anytime. Like, I'm not telling you to spend money on it. I'm not telling you to do whatever. Like, you should do it whatever you want. But Magic really is such at a point now where it's so accessible, and it's like it's the popularity has grown so much. It is a really bit of fun. And if you just like play other tabletop games, like I know there's Greg who mostly just plays like X-Wing and stuff like that, and a few different guys who play very specific things. I think Commander and Magic's really at a point, like all types of Magic, but like Commander's such an accessible point. People should definitely just check it out. Even if it's just to like sit around with 3 of your mates and like jam out a game and have a bit of a laugh and a chat,
We've also just received the brand new starter decks that Wizards of the Coast have given us. These are promo decks you can just give away to new players.
Oh, cool.
So if you're a
There you go.
brand new Magic player looking to give it a go, I'm more than happy to teach you how to play, and you also get a free deck.
Yeah, nice.
bring it home.
I love giving away free stuff.
Absolutely.
And also play Commander with us.
Especially if they
We're
want
pretty
to cost
fun.
me money.
But you know what's funny? I think it's been 20 episodes since we've dived back into hobby.
Oh, yeah, it's probably good.
Now we're chatting about hobby again. So let us really know in the comments whether it's you enjoy the hobby cast, the more lifestyle chatter, Warhammer chatter, or however you enjoy the podcast.
What's funny, my mind's been definitely back on the hobby now. I don't have time for it at all. It's actually a bit of a nightmare, but I've been playing a bit of WoW. I'm pretty keen on. It's like I finally got my Sauron deck for Magic, my Commander deck together as well. After basically talking about it the entire time we're doing the podcast. But also in October we're going to be heading off our new Warhammer Fantasy League as well. So there'll be 2 parts to our league. There's going to be like a competitive side of it where you get given a month and you got to play 2 games in that month. One of the games will be the competitive 2,000 point thing, but the other side of it will be we're starting at 700 points, and we're going to slowly go up by 100 points every month. And it'll be like a real narrative campaign where you'll be able to like loot the areas that you defeat and like find special pieces of equipment and go out from there. And the idea is that at a very bare minimum, I'm going to paint 100 points of Warhammer a month.
Is this the sneak peek into next episode?
Yeah, it could be next episode, yeah. But
Okay.
so I think actually, you know what? I might get the story part of it kicked off, written down so that I can like bring
All right.
it in.
So
and
if you
we
want to
can
know
talk
what we're
about
going to
it.
mention, stay around for the next episode.
Yeah. But very keen. Like I'm very keen to get involved and do some hobby. Especially on a Saturday night, I might start off the old like hobby together kind of thing that we used to do, where we like get down, get our models out. Especially in the later part of a Saturday afternoon, we can get some hobby going with like friends who
Love it.
So bring your paints and your characters down.
Let's go.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you very much for listening.
Love it.
Thank you.
To the Boardcast. This has been Kane. Dan, William.
Boardcast out.